Hello, Buddhist Stu here. It's the 24th of September 2017 and the internet is exploding and blowing up over the kneeling at the national anthem during the football game issue. And I thought I'd take a minute to help some people think through this issue a little bit. When we get angry with the actions of others because they're not the same actions that we would take, we're essentially judging them and making a determination that their choice is wrong because it differs from our choice. And this is a typical thing for humans to do. If you make a decision to eat meat or eat vegetables, then you think that decision is okay and might judge people that make a different decision than you more harshly. This all goes back to our tribalism and wanting to belong to a group and having that group have behaviors that are similar to yours. That's how we survived. If we lived in groups that everybody had different behaviors, it would be hard and difficult to work together and accomplish great things. So we tend to seek out people that have our own beliefs, so that we don't spend so much time going in different directions. But essentially it all goes back to judging others. And I would contend that this is something that we should try to avoid. And maybe this is something that we can look to the Wiccans towards in their philosophy. They essentially believe that as long as you're doing something and it doesn't harm anybody else, then you're free to do it. Now, obviously, society has come up with certain laws to make sure that we don't do things that are commonly agreed upon that are bad, such as murder or slavery or having sex with children or something like that. So we do have certain laws that are universally accepted, and we have to abide by those no matter what somebody's personal belief is. I mean, if you think it's okay to enslave somebody else, that's not generally good as a society, and we have to say, no, you're not allowed to believe that or act on that, even though that's something that you personally believe. And it goes back to the fact that it harms others. So in the case of the national anthem, though, does it harm somebody that somebody decides to behave in a different manner than what you behave? I'm a retired military guy, and for years it's bothered me going to sporting events and seeing people leave their hats on during the national anthem, or don't stand up, or continue to talk to their buddies, or drink beer, or do other things that you're not supposed to do. But as frustrating as that is for me, I have to realize that it's not my place to judge them. Perhaps they're having a discussion with their friend because their mother is in hospice and is about to die, and they're just so distracted that they don't even realize they're being disrespectful to the anthem or the flag. So even though it's very frustrating for me, in the years I've always been just outraged at the fact that people constantly don't do what it is they're supposed to do during the national anthem. But I have to remind myself that it's not my place to go up and smack them up alongside the head, even though I've often wanted to do that. So the same thing is true today, although I would actually postulate that the people taking a knee are actually being respectful. They are paying attention to the fact that the anthem is playing and have just chosen to honor the playing of that anthem differently by saying, look, I understand the anthem is playing, but I have an issue with our country. And whether you agree with that issue or not is kind of irrelevant. They shouldn't be allowed to smack you up alongside the head because you want to stand and put your hand over your heart. They may be feeling oppressed. What if they're a Native American? Okay, what if they had this country stolen from them and don't feel as though it's appropriate to stand and honor the flag and an anthem of an invading force? Should they be punished because we're the victors? Because white Americans are the victors over the Native Americans? There's lots of different reasons why people might not want to observe the anthem. But I would contend that the person that leaves their hats on and continues talking and drinking their beer is probably less respectful of the anthem than the person that takes a knee. They're just trying to make a statement. But it all goes back to the fact that it's hard for us to judge other people and be the Buddha. Okay? Be at peace with yourself. That's the only thing you can control is yourself. If you wish to stand and honor the flag and the national anthem, then you can do that. You're free to do that. If somebody else chooses not to do that, if you want to impose your will on them, you're just going to be frustrated. And that's going to lead to anger, which is going to lead to hate. And as the Buddha, I would contend that that is not a good state to be in. You should be at peace with yourself, peace with your world. You should seek to understand the world and not be frustrated by it. You should not be angered by it. It is what it is. I know when that saying first came out, I hated it. I was like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? But it is what it is. You choose your path. Other people choose their path. That's what makes America great. That's what makes America truly great. And if you want to impose your will on other people, you need to think about whether or not that actually espouses the American values. I would contend that it is less than adequate in promoting American values. Sure, the people that died for this country should be respected, but the people that are being oppressed, they want respect too. Some of those people died for our country also. But again, that's their voice. Let them choose to voice it the way they want to. You choose to voice it the way you want to. And don't get caught up on trying to judge and impose your will on other people. Because again, leads to frustration, hate, anger, and we've seen sometimes even action by those people to try to destroy the other side. It's just not good. Be the Buddha, people. Be the Buddha.